The Square Ball Podcast.
Hello there, welcome to the show. This is in your podcast app. It's on YouTube, so you can see us, you can hear us, whichever is your preference. The show is brought to you with Levi Solicitors. A fine National Conveyancing Week, Michael. How did you enjoy that?
Really good. Just on the come down now, though.
Right.
Just having a bit of time to get myself together again and probably go big on National Litigation Week.
Yeah.
Whenever that is. Soon, hopefully.
Yeah, God, for the sake of this read, I hope so soon.
Just going to check the calendar.
Yeah.
And then, I'll get straight back on it.
Yeah, it really is. So the days after.
Yes.
It is a proper bummer, isn't it?
Yeah, you just got to get yourself home, rest up,
Yeah.
have a shower, do all that sort of stuff.
Sleep,
recuperate, and then, you come back stronger.
But conveyancing never goes to sleep. That's the important thing to say. You can do it all year round.
Not when it's Levi Solicitors, because they will be on it for you,
right,
doing the stuff.
Yeah, 10% discount on your legal fees. They do all sorts of things like wills, probate.
Yeah, lasting powers of attorney.
Yeah,
that's another one. So yeah, just have a look at the website. Would be my advice.
How many times do you think you've said these words in a different order?
So many by now.
Yeah,
but here we are.
So if you haven't pressed the 30-second skip button, then thank you for sticking with us. 10% discount.
Are people doing that? Do I need to go longer?
What we could do is we could then start the show and then just segue back into it as well. So we double dip, which I'm sure wouldn't piss anybody off.
No, God, no, not at all.
You get a 10% discount on your legal fees on the full range of services. Full details, terms on the website, levisolicitors.co.uk/the square ball. Thank you. Dan, with Michael, with Dean, as we just round things up, I suppose, from an international window point of view, it's 6 weeks, 8 games until the regular season is over. So that's only 12 hours of football, plus injury time. It's not a lot, is it?
I wonder how much of that is going to be spent with me being annoyed that someone's taking too long to take a throw in or a goal kick.
I think most of it.
Probably quite a bit.
Or if the football gods do really, truly hate us, that's going to be 9 weeks and more like 11 games maximum.
It goes so much longer, doesn't it, when you go in the playoffs?
Yeah.
They could get it all wrapped up really quickly if they wanted to.
Just toss a coin after the final game.
Genuinely.
It won't mean a blind bit of difference to us, would it?
I'd be completely fine with that.
I was messaging Baron Cross over the weekend about arranging his next appearance on the West Stand, and he is on the same page as you, Michael, that if it's the playoffs from here, we should just fold the club immediately. Go out and, I don't know, spend 10, 20 million pounds on something we don't need. Rasmus Kristensen, for example.
Yeah.
And then just completely breach PSR, take a points deduction, just fuck it all off.
Yeah, that's
just so we don't have to bother with it. Just forfeit the playoffs, basically.
Show the picture. So this is the stadium we were going to build. Obviously now it's getting what is here is getting bulldozed. And everyone's going to be fine with that.
Do you think we'd be allowed to, on the final whistle against Plymouth when we've finished third, do you think we'd allowed to just like ring up the EFL and be like, "No, we're all right"?
It's a little bit.
Just do a 3-team playoff. We're fine.
Well, I was going to say, if you think back to, we would be in breach of competition rules. What you're going to do? Take points off us.
Good. That's what we're after.
Yeah, exactly. Go on. Call that a punishment. Yeah, but like when Bates did it, when he put us into administration, it was at half time during the Derby game, wasn't it? The final game of the season when we were down. So there is precedent for it.
Which worked incredibly well because it meant we didn't get a points deduction the next. Oh, no, we did.
Well, the first of the games that I'm referring to there, it's Swansea at the weekend. We'll preview that game a little bit later in the week. We've got another show to come up later in the week when we get our heads properly back in the domestic game. We'll just sort of round things up from an international point of view. I would like to start on Rasmus, who I name dropped there actually, specifically because I want to lead into this. Did you see what that little toe rag was saying? The little toadying kiss ass.
I didn't, but I have just read it on here, and I can't believe this.
Yeah.
Slander.
I mean, he's reported to have said this anyway of Ronaldo, not the proper Ronaldo, the 40-year-old freak Ronaldo.
CR7.
Yeah, that prick. Essentially, so the backdrop to this was Denmark had Portugal in the Nations League playoffs, and the first leg was in Copenhagen, and the home crowd, after Ronaldo, he missed the penalty early doors. Did you see that, by the way? He tried to do that stuttered run-up, and he almost stopped for about 20 seconds in the run-up, trying to commit Kasper Schmeichel to dive, and Schmeichel just waited and just dived on the ball when he finally did hit it. Anyway, he was being booed a little bit by some of the crowd in Copenhagen, and then afterwards, Rasmus is asked about it in the post-match. Haven't verified the authenticity of these quotes, so Rasmus, if you are watching or listening and you want to correct the record here, please do get in touch. I was a little disappointed with some of the fans who provoked Ronaldo a little. There should be more respect when you have one of the greatest players in history in Denmark. He's one of the best footballers in the world of all time, without a doubt. He maintained his unique level and is a great legend. He's one of the biggest icons of all time. For me, it's an honour to share the field with him.
Jesus Christ.
Still a Leeds United player, officially.
Oh, of course. I keep forgetting the fucker's still around.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a bit much.
has he ever been a football fan?
Who, Rasmus?
Yeah.
I would say, given by his wing play, maybe not.
Because that's just a fundamental misunderstanding of what it's like to go to a football match.
Mm.
Like, the bigger the person is, the more you have a go at them, because it's funnier.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's part of the reason why the Championship can be a bit humdrum sometimes, because you kind of want to hate someone some weeks, but you're like, I don't know who this guy is. He's just some fucking bloke playing for Derby on the wing. I don't know.
Against the score of all the underlying, just absolute disdain we've got for the Championship, even though it's still here.
Oh, no, but it's right, though, isn't it?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
You are right. Yeah.
When was the last time you got really pissed off at Mendes Lang?
Actually, that was probably when he played for Cardiff, I think.
But not enough to boo him, and
No, I know what you mean.
for our right back to have to come out in defence of
Yeah.
Nathaniel Mendes Lang.
Yeah, you would go, oh, I remember that prick from
Yeah.
a few years ago. Yeah, you wouldn't be like going out and fucking eulogising him at the final whistle, would you?
Yeah. And Ronaldo, there's not enough booze in the world for the man.
Yeah.
Particularly because you know he's such a precious fucking prick.
Did you see the clip? And this was verified. So he's playing for his fucking Farmers League out there in Saudi or whatever. And this guy is filmed in the crowd wearing, I think he's wearing a Portugal shirt, and he has a vague passing resemblance to him. You know, not an ugly bloke. And Ronaldo runs over, somebody he swings the camera between the two of them. Ronaldo runs towards him and he says, "You don't look like me. You don't look like me." This guy, bit a lookalike. "You don't look like me. You're ugly." Turns around and runs off. Now, he is only joking. There's sort of a hint of that, the tone in which it's intended. But still, if you were on the receiving end of the words, "You're ugly," even in jest, it might land a little bit.
And especially from the person who you clearly idolise. You're not going to put your time and effort into looking like someone as a professional lookalike for them to then turn around and say, "You're ugly." You're not going to be like, "Thank you. Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear."
For example, Dean, what would you say if Victor Orta came up to you and called you ugly?
Well, there is that, yeah. I'd take it on the chin. We can't all look like you, sir.
And obviously anyone bald, people say look like me. So.
Yeah.
Greg Wallace, Moby, just anyone really.
Yeah.
So I don't look like any of these people. I'm my own man, aren't I?
If you say so, mate.
That's what I say. But yeah, I mean, looking like Ronaldo is potentially not a great thing.
Especially if you're going to try and enter the United States.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah. I think if it's maybe best to create some points of difference.
Yeah.
If in case anyone asks,
rather than insulting this guy, employ him. Like in the way, Saddam Hussein used to have loads of lookalikes, didn't he, or whatever? Employ him. Put him on a plane to the States.
I famously said you look like Saddam Hussein the other week, didn't I? When you had your nice grey beard going on.
Grew my mad beard. Did you?
I think so. I think maybe he said he looked like Joe Rothwell with his beard, and I said he looked more like Saddam. I said he looked more like Saddam Hussein.
No, you bastard. That is not true. I never said that. Joe Rothwell is a handsome man. I didn't make that claim. I said I'm growing a beard like Joe Rothwell. Never said I look like him.
You said I'm growing a beard like Joe Rothwell, but I'm going to look like Pascal Strauch. That's what came out of your mouth. I hear.
Like Saddam Hussein.
Okay.
The deposed and now dead dictator of Iraq. But he used to have lookalikes.
Yeah.
Send them off to events or whatever. And I'm fairly sure there's a mounting body of evidence that Melania Trump that they're using lookalikes there. Must be.
I think they've cloned her.
Yeah.
That's all I've got on that.
We're getting into top number stuff here.
Oh, yeah. Soz.
Yeah. But anyway, send him on a plane to the United States. Just test the water, see what happens. See if the FBI swoop in and arrest him.
Well, just back to Rasmus, right? What does he want? Does he want the whole of Denmark to arrive at the airport to applaud Ronaldo getting off the fucking plane? What does he want? It's a game of football. It's an opera. It's a farce. It's all of this lovely dramatic stuff. Of course, if he misses a penalty, he's going to get booed or he's going to get cheered for missing the penalty. What does he want? What's the outcome that he wants here? Open question.
I think he wants Cristiano Ronaldo's PP in his mouth.
Okay.
And that may have happened after this. There are reports that I've made them up.
Yep.
But I think he's gone in there and he said, "Cristiano, can I pipe you off?"
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he has said here for me it's an honour to share the field with him. What else has he shared?
Yeah.
Fluids.
Well, there's an image.
Wow. So, I don't know where to go from that.
Willy Gnonto's injured,
Yeah.
Very good.
Broken Willy.
etc.
Yeah, so that was bad, wasn't it?
Do we know how badly, though?
Bad enough that he came straight back to England
That's not good.
No.
In one piece?
in a box.
Carrier bags.
Yeah. Back to trips to Saudi here, aren't we?
Yeah.
I tried to find the clip of this happening and I couldn't find it. Has anyone seen what happened?
No, I've not actually seen the injury.
I refused to watch international football over the weekend.
Good for you.
I wanted a break from the whole silly mess.
Did you?
It actually took me a day or two to realise that, not because I've deleted Twitter off my phone, and I sort of generally avoided the entire thing over the weekend. I thought I'm going to have a little bit of headspace. I had no idea he'd been injured until about a day or two later.
Yeah, better times.
Yeah.
Yep. So that thing of him maybe playing number 10 lasted, half a game.
Minutes.
Half a game, didn't it?
Yeah.
I said on
QPR, and that's it.
I said on last week's update, we need to wrap him in cotton wool, and nobody listened to me.
No, well, I mean, we are recording as we speak, as Al Tanaka is playing for Japan in a pointless game against Saudi Arabia. So let's see how injured
it is a
he
qualifier, but they are already qualified.
Yeah, 77% possession for Japan, and it's 0-0 at half time. Tanaka substituted as a little picture.
No,
of
there's
Don't
not.
do
There's
this.
picture,
not.
little picture of a red cross.
Stop it.
There's a skull and crossbones next to his name. Yeah.
He's fine.
Please come back in one piece. I feel like so much of my future happiness for the next 5 to 10 years depends on the outcome of that game and him safely coming back.
Willy Gnonto, though, just going back to him, that is a problem if he's out for the rest of the season, because it would eliminate Brendy getting a rest.
He's had a rest.
Has he?
Well, he's not.
All right, do you want him to start?
He's not been losing games for the USA, which is what he would have been doing had he been called up. They've
That's
lost
true.
they lost to Panama,
That's Thomas Christensen.
and they've lost to Jesse, another ex-manager.
Thomas
we
Christensen,
love.
a good Christiansen, a good Dane.
Okay, yeah, true.
A great Dane.
Yeah. Oh, I wish
That's
I'd thought
easy.
of
That's easier, isn't it?
that. Hold on. Yeah. I wish I'd thought of that.
It's
Yeah.
all right.
Anything to say about Jesse Marsch?
Just a stand-up guy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So did Canada beat the United States?
I believe so.
Right.
He got sent off, though, I think. Jesse.
Yes.
Oh, God, that comes as a surprise.
Yeah.
Made it about him, did he?
He did, yeah. And he was eyeballing the ref. I just saw the clip. He got the red card and eyeballing the ref, like stomping it off down the tunnel just with his furrowed brow.
It's funny you mention that because do you remember that time when he laid out his strategy bare of getting in the head of refs and then got sent off?
But telling them what he was doing, which sort of undermined it
I'm
a
going to
bit.
psych you out, dude.
And it was a refstress as well. And it just felt a little bit aggressive for my tastes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, naughty boy.
Yep.
Oh, tarnished an otherwise good day then for the nation of Canada.
Well, yeah.
Especially given the rather charged political climate at the minute around all that. But that's a discussion for another day. Did you enjoy the exciting new era for England?
I did watch the games actually.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, they're
What?
on They're on ITV.
Yeah.
New manager. Thought I'd watch it. It's
Do you just
much
watch
the same.
ITV probably because you've just got a bit of pension wrapped up in that organisation? Is that it? Do you feel a little bit of loyalty still to the pension?
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just get a statement every year, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you, a genuine one. Did it look any different?
Not a lot.
No.
I think it did. I didn't watch it all, and I did that thing that we've discussed before, Michael, where you kind of watch it in the background. It's sort of slightly passive watching rather than actively sitting there and analysing what's going on, as you might do like in a tournament. It looked more purposeful, I think.
I thought it looks very side to sidey, but then it was going to because it was two very defensive teams that we were playing. So
Yeah, like playing against the low block and finding ways to unlock it. But they had loads of chances. What was the game that they played on Monday? Who was that?
Albania.
Albania.
It was Albania, then Latvia. Sorry, Latvia was Monday.
Yeah. They had loads and loads of chances.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I did fall asleep around half time and wake up on 58 minutes on my sofa.
Okay.
But my analysis either side of that, searing, focused.
Yeah, I mean, England deserved to win. Could have won by more. Did win comfortably. But I don't think you can draw a huge amount from it necessarily.
I suppose it's how it works when you come up against like a bigger nation.
Yeah. These qualifying campaigns are just so boring. If we don't win all of these games, there's probably something wrong. And he can play who he wants from the talent pool in the Premier League and we'll beat all of these teams. It's when we get into a proper tournament. And I mean, I'm a very casual England fan. I'm a proper Glory supporter. I only watch when there's something on the cards. And the only thing that I'm hoping for from this is just for him to let the handbrake off a little bit. Just let him play football instead of Southgate not doing that. Past that, I don't care.
Yeah.
Just have fun when we're playing in the big tournaments. And it'd be nice to win in America. But that'd be fun.
Yes. Well, we should give a nod in the direction of Chris Mack, who's on our team, who in the daily email yesterday, I think it was, rounded up, that's the subscriber daily email, rounded up all the international stuff. So it saved us a bit of a job here. So yeah, we found out about Gnonto's injury Friday against the Netherlands. He's back in Leeds. Matteo Joseph also scored for the Spain 21s. They drew 2-2 with the Czech Republic on Friday. And he scored the first goal there inside 10 minutes, which is good. He's scoring a lot for them. And they are playing Germany away. It's a friendly by the looks of it. I think is that tonight, like Tuesday as we record?
I think so, yeah.
Or whenever. Again.
It was a good goal. Did you see it?
I've seen the goal.
Really nice.
Yeah. He's a very good player for Spain under 21s and in pre-season for us. It's just not quite clicked for him, has it, in the first team this season? But I kind of feel like there's still a moment.
Championship's difficult, isn't it, though?
Yeah, it probably is.
He's gonna have to go a long way to get the 40 goals I predicted in the pre-season show.
Yeah, it's looking tough. I think I predicted him to be top scorer as well. Got excited, didn't I? He looked good in pre-season. It went to our heads.
It is tough, but this kind of finish you would think is fairly universal because it's, he gets it out of his feet well and hits it early past the goalkeeper. I don't know what more he could do unless he's in his own head when he plays for us, because he knows there's a lot of attention on it. Whereas when he's playing for the Spain under 21s, this might not be right, but I imagine no fucker watches that.
Yeah.
So he can play with more freedom, play less in his head.
Yeah. Yeah. Potentially. We'll see how he gets on. And maybe it's just the style of play as well. Yeah. Isaac Schmidt, Swiss debut on Friday. That was at Windsor Park against Northern Ireland. Played at right back, 68 minutes in a 1-1 draw. So he's made a full international appearance before he's made a full championship appearance for us. Is that right?
Yeah.
Unusual, but still better than Rasmus Kristensen. I will say that.
Yeah.
I'd based on what?
Not being Rasmus Kristensen.
Great.
I am excited to see what happens with Schmidt over the coming years. He might be one of those players who you kind of go, in years to come, you go, oh yeah, he played for us for a bit. Or maybe he comes into the ascendancy a little bit next season. It'd be interesting to see where his journey takes him, because he's looked pretty tidy whenever he's been on when I've seen him, albeit limited evidence.
Might depend which division we are in.
Yeah. On the other side of the pitch, Firpo for the Dominican Republic, that was 2-2 with Puerto Rico. So they played in the early hours of Saturday morning, Friday night, Saturday morning.
And they played Puerto Rico again.
Right.
Just because it was easier to organise, I think. Should we just play each other again?
But don't they just fly to the other country just for shits and gigs as well?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, because I remember back in the school days playing in sixth form, and obviously you are at the mercy of the weather and the lighting. So you tend to find that after school games during winter are quite difficult. You've got to kind of really squeeze them in because of the failing daylight at about 3:30, 4 o'clock.
It was nice when you got to leave a lesson a little bit early. You felt like a star.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to have to leave French because got to go do a shit job playing right back.
Well, I remember we played Buttershaw School in an away fixture, and we agreed with them that the result would count twice. So they should have just done this.
Yeah.
Whatever the result is, we just count it twice. And when Buttershaw School, famously, I think, was where they filmed Rita Sue and Bob 2, the film. So I was on that field playing football where they were doing bits of that film, which was good, thinking about that. And we beat them 5-0. So we beat them 10-0.
Nice.
According to the agreement that we had in. And the lad marking me got sent off about 3 minutes into the game for telling his teacher, and I think it was the music teacher who was sitting in as the ref. Like normally it's your PE teacher or your games teacher or whatever will be the team's manager, and this guy couldn't make it, so they put the music teacher in, and I think he also refed it, and he told his music teacher to fuck off a couple of minutes into the game. Fuck off, sir. Off you go. So I had no guy marking me for the rest of the game.
Did they not fancy reshuffling it? Just left it.
Just sort of mixed it up a bit. Yeah.
They probably went, he's not a danger man, we leave him.
Mate, I'd already scored by that point.
Whoa.
Lobbed the keeper. And I think that's what set him off. Because when I was running through, about to lob the keeper, he was just like booting my heels. I was like, what are you doing, you dickhead? Stop booting me. Anyway, Rita Sue and Bob 2, discuss.
What now?
If you want to.
I mean, I've seen it. It's a long time ago.
Well, classic northern film. Yeah. Have you seen it, Dean?
I've seen it, but like Michael, I don't know. I don't have any material on it.
Yeah. Pride of Bradford. That's all I'm saying. Look it up. Enjoy it. Great film.
It's got a slight Leeds link.
Yep.
Black Lace. Yeah. Agadoo. And Ethan Ampadu. So there you go. Brought it back to the Leeds team.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Firpo. So they're playing so it's another friendly.
Yeah.
So they're playing 2 friendlies against the same team.
Yeah.
Come on, lads.
In 2 countries.
Lads.
It's lazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come on. It's just an excuse to go to Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, isn't it? Well, we've said you can understand Junior doing
fair enough.
Yeah.
It's good.
Having a little trip to the Caribbean, knock about with your mates for a bit, play a couple of games. Yeah. Good. So Manor Solomon got an assist.
Very nice pass, that.
For Israel. They played against Estonia. Coming back from behind. They're playing again against Norway in a qualifier on Tuesday evening. He was substituted in the 88th minute.
That's a nice rest for him, isn't it?
Yep. 3 minutes. Have a little sit down, recharge. Off you go.
Well, it was the Welsh lads who were the greatest source of anxiety, I think, around this time last year, because obviously they went out of the Euro qualifiers or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And they came back all sad because of their penalty defeat. So hopefully they won't come back sad this time and won't come back injured.
Yep. And especially last year, Dan James missed a penalty in that defeat. And so he came back with his head well down. But we've now got Rodon, who played really well. I think he got man of the match for them. James scored. And Carl Darlow didn't score, but he's seemingly their new number 1.
Right.
Who'd have thunk it?
We've got to make sure James gets through 90 minutes against probably Gianni Alioski, depending on who is. It's weird that those two they were never at Leeds at the same time, were they?
Is Gianni Alioski still without club?
He certainly has been, yeah. But he just plays international football.
What a life.
I think he's now in Saudi again.
Is he? Is he gone? Yeah, because for ages he just didn't have a team.
Yeah, he was just kicking about.
But he just would turn up for international duty and be like, "What?
That.
What you dickheads been doing? I've just been on holiday."
I was just about to look at what he was doing, and I typed in Gianni Alioski into Wikipedia, but it corrected to Granny Alioski. Which is nice.
What's she up to?
Possibly his grandma.
Now, come on. That's a bit too much even for me.
Apparently, he is. No, there's no evidence of him being anywhere.
All right.
Since
must have been an old post. I saw. I swear I saw him in some training tops, training gear.
It's all gone quiet post Fenerbahce.
Getting back for the running. Probably don't need him, do we?
Well, we could put Junior at number 10 as has been advocated.
Mm.
Get Gianni back at left back.
Isaac Schmidt behind someone else.
Yeah. You're never playing Isaac.
Ilya Gruev, another of our internationals, played 89 minutes in Bulgaria's second defeat to Ireland in 4 days last night. Did you see he put a thing on his Instagram? Thank you for the support. It felt really lackluster because they just stumbled to 2 defeats consecutive. And it really felt like one of those like marketing or PR people was just like, you need to do a thing. You need to do a thing. Especially because he came second in Bulgarian Player of the Year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The silver medal.
The big prize.
What was it Billy Bremner said? You get note for coming second.
He did. He got a thing.
So I was wrong then. So are you saying Billy was wrong?
Well, Billy was never up for Bulgarian Player of the Year, was he?
That's a fair point.
It seems like with that ceremony, they tried to make it look like the Ballon d'Or ceremony. And so the trophies look like the Ballon d'Or trophy, and they're all in suits and they turn up and they do a speech like anyone gives a fuck. I don't think Ilya Gruev gives a shit.
Where did they host? Was it just some working men's club in Sofia?
In Sofia, yeah.
Right.
Fair enough, yeah.
Nice. Good. Yeah.
Some darts going on in the background.
Yeah, fruit machines behind him as he was doing his acceptance.
Yeah, decent.
We went on a post communism holiday to Sunny Beach in Bulgaria, which is a very, very developed resort now. But we went just as communism was falling, like sort of, I think it was like sort of late 80s, early 90s. That was interesting.
10 pence for for the holiday.
I mean, you say that it was 1 lev for a pint of Coke, which was 7 pence. It was 14 pence for a pint of beer.
Wow.
2 lev. Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, it was a cheap holiday to say the least. Which is just sort of thing you're going on this summer. You're going to Albania, aren't you? You're going up in the Albanian Alps.
I'm on the Lek.
The Cursed Mountains.
It is there.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We didn't
Possibly not as cheap though, I would say.
No, it doesn't look like it is,
No.
sadly. We did mention Wales. We didn't mention Ethan Ampadu, who is apparently doing well. That is the one thing that has come out from Joe Donoghue this morning. He's tweeted to say that both, I say this with the usual caveats, but Bamford as well.
That's good.
And Ampadu are both apparently progressing well in their recovery.
Okay, progressing well is slightly different to doing well. When you said doing well, it sounded like he was awake and in hospital. He was responsive.
He's come out of the coma and he's doing well.
Ethan Ampadu is doing well.
He can feel his legs once more.
I know people get annoyed at the concept of Patrick Bamford these days, but I kind of want him to score the goal that gets us promoted. Does absolutely nothing all season and then scores the one that takes us up.
I've kind of forgotten that he's an option now.
Yeah.
It's just been so ineffective this season.
He's not going to be.
You know what I think?
He's never going to be fit. If he does score a goal, he's not scored a goal in over a year now.
Yeah.
Well, how many have you scored in the last year?
Same.
Right.
Same as Bamford. Thank you very much.
Yeah. You're on a similar amount of money though, aren't you?
Well, there.
More give or take.
The ITV pension really fattening up.
Do you think he'll ever play for Leeds again?
Probably, yeah.
I think there's a possibility he doesn't. Because if he can't regain his fitness between now and the end of the season, he's not our number 9 in the Premier League, for fuck's sake.
No, although he will be still on that Premier League contract if we do go up. But,
becomes harder to get rid of in some ways if we do go up. But then again, maybe we have the money to just go, take some of this and see you later.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, good news that he's back.
All the best, Patrick. We do. I do want to see him happy and firing. And, if he's contracted to us, we might as well have him useful rather than just a sad trampoline injured man.
I do. I'm just talking about the likelihood of that.
Yeah.
I like him, and me and Michael have had cross opinions on this before, but I think he was good for 2 seasons for us. Michael thinks it was 1 and a bit. I think he will go down in a little bit of Leeds United folklore, but is it likely that he's going to have an impact this season? Nah. And if we go up, is it likely he'll have an impact next season? No.
Didn't get a call up for England either again. We didn't mention that.
It was a snub, wasn't it?
It was a definite snub.
Neither did Calvin Phillips, actually.
New manager came in, he probably thought, right, this is it. Back in the squad.
Yeah. Right.
Nope. Rejected.
Fuming.
When's the next Olympics?
It was last year, wasn't it?
Right. So 2028?
2028.
Is it LA?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Right. Maybe that's his future. Get on the trampolining team now.
Oh, okay, you're going trampolining.
Oh, I thought you were going to go Team GB.
So he could still represent his country.
Mm-hmm.
Bring on one of those medals for us.
What's the poshest sport?
No, those dancing horses.
I was going to say one of the horse ones.
Well, there you go.
You do like yachting and stuff, don't you, as well? That's in the Olympics too. Which is just bewildering to watch. You just have to rely on them being told who's in the lead.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the parasailing thing?
Yeah, it just sort of shows. It's just sort of a helicopter shot of some boats in the water, and someone says, "Oh, USA are in the lead here," and you go, "Oh, good."
Are you?
That's nice for him.
Are you a boatsman? You don't given your dicky tummy. I don't imagine.
Absolutely no possibility.
No.
Would you be more of a boatsman or a horseman?
A horseman.
Okay, that's going to jolt you about a bit, though.
It's a more definite movement, though. I have ridden a horse before, and I didn't feel sick.
Do you think you'd ride a horse better than Daniel Farker?
It probably looked pretty similar, actually.
Right.
Having seen Farker on that horse. I remember thinking it felt rapid when I was on this horse, but I think it was probably going about 4 miles an hour.
Was it a donkey on Blackpool Beach?
In my mind, it was like one of those rodeos in America.
Right.
And it was going really quick and chucking me about.
Yeah.
I just remember it being quite sore in my bollocks,
Right.
truth be told.
What was the context of you being a horseman?
I paid to go on a horse.
Where?
In Argentina.
Right.
I was there and it was the thing.
Did you fancy yourself as like a gaucho? Is that what it was?
Basically, yeah. I decided against it after this. But I think it was It was good. I did enjoy it. It was completely lacking any basic health and safety.
Right.
They basically just got, I don't even think they gave me a helmet. I think I just got on it. And they were like, just kick it and it'll run. And it did. And
Just
I was
kick
like,
it and it'll run.
basically, yeah.
Were they talking about you or the horse?
That was about the instruction of it.
Right.
Was this company called Utter Woke Nonsense Horse Tours of Argentina?
It was just a bit. I think people understand horses there, so they're like, look, surely you know the basics.
Are you not a horse whisperer? You can't communicate with an animal on a sort of intuitive level.
Not obviously. Well, there was a language barrier there as well.
Oh, of course, because they speak Spanish, don't
Spanish
they?
horses.
The life this guy leads, right?
I know.
He's just dropped into the conversation real casual. Oh yeah, when I went horse riding in Argentina.
I know.
The
Well,
life, man.
it sounds romantic, but it was just me getting ragged around some fields by a.
And that's what you call romance, isn't it?
At least it was picturesque.
Yeah. Yeah. And the closest you get to South America these days, those are the guinea pigs.
Of course, yeah.
Have you ever ridden a guinea pig?
No, they're not receptive to it.
Okay, he's tried.
Put a little saddle on one.
They're out in the garden though now. It's nice for them.
All right.
I feel like the weather's turned. It's great summer ahead for those guinea pigs.
With that happening, you might see the return of your fox and your bid to domesticate him.
No, of course, yeah. Yeah, he's gone now.
Right.
Long gone. I've even put the camera away, in fact, because it was out for months. Didn't catch him again, so dreams died.
Although, like say, if you get the guinea pigs out
I'm
there,
not tempting I'm not tempting a fox back with my guinea pigs.
But you could put them in a cage, couldn't you? In the same way that
they are in a cage, yeah.
Yeah. So they're in like a guinea pig
They're in a run, which is actually built from the old
studio, is
Square Ball studio.
Of course, as you repurposed the timber, didn't you?
Because there was wood left, and I was like, I don't really know what to do with this. I know. I've already got some chicken wire and build a run. So that's where the guinea pigs now live.
Not only is he a travel influencer, he's a lifestyle influencer.
Yeah.
The level of craftsmanship on that rod is...
Mate,
wow.
I saw the level of craftsmanship on the old studio. We have thankfully got solid walls in here now.
Yeah,
These are solid walls with soundproofing in them. But before, they were pretty fucking flimsy, mate. No offence.
So maybe you've built a combi guinea pig run and also a fox shredder. If it tried to get into there, the chicken wire would just cause havoc with its skin and flesh and eyes.
It is a solid guinea pig run. I will say that. Because I had a previously bought one and it fell apart.
Right.
This is, it does weigh about 80 kilos.
Yeah.
Because it's really big.
Loads of 2x4.
It's really thick bits of wood.
Yeah.
But it's very solid.
Fox-proof, I would say.
Almost certainly.
Yeah.
Unless you can dig.
Right.
In which case.
I don't think they can they?
Foxes?
No.
No, not famous for it, no.
Right. I think we can safely wrap that up there then. We've gone sufficiently off-piste. And if you do like utter fucking nonsense that we talk on here, check out the members show where I think, was it this last week, we got into scat.
We did a little bit.
Not the sort of singing method, but actual defecating on chests.
I don't know why you're looking at me. I tried to tap out of that conversation at the time and I'm doing it now.
All I'll say is we addressed the question of how much, and you'll find that on this last week's members show. Me and Michael, unsurprisingly cheaper than Michael the cheapest, I think, out of a lot of us. Dean, you're a bit of a reluctant scatter.
I don't need it.
Anyway, that's on there on this Leeds United show, and we'll see you soon, yeah?
The Square Ball Podcast.